So I want to open up to chapter 2 in the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 18. And it's the creation of man and the creation of woman. And here's what it says. And Hashem Elohim said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper against him. And in every other translation, it either says a helper corresponding to him, a helper completing him, a helper comparable to him. But ezer, kenegdo, literally means a helper against him. It's like versus. It's like the Houston Rockets versus the Denver Nuggets. The word keneged is versus. So he's making a helpmate that is against him. And that is really important. From the get-go, the Hebrew here is really clear. The Torah isn't saying that he manned men and women to live happily ever after in a constant state of unending love and romance. It's like, no. Men and women are going to come together, and inherently there is going to be a clash. Swords that will clash against each other and sharpen each other. And the Torah therefore says, man shall leave his father's home, cleave to his wife, and they will become one flesh. That's the ultimate vision. But how do they become one? It happens not through love and romance. It happens through kenegdo. It happens through two opposing forces, two opposite energies, two different minds, two different needs that come together, and they make something new. But if you expect love and marriage to just be happy romance Hollywood, then what happens is you've created the platform and the vessel for unhappiness in life. Because unhappiness, as we mentioned in the past, is the gap between your expectations and reality. And the Torah is telling us from the beginning, don't expect anything else. It's an ezer kenegdo. The entire process is going to be something that is a clash of worlds, a coming together. And there was this one picture that I saw on Twitter, and if we could get it up there, it's this picture of this kind of blobby guy, and the man himself is etching himself from that blobby thing into like a perfectly chiseled, healthy, amazing image of a man. I'm like, well, that's just really a beautiful image of what we could do with our life. But I think that that's actually a good way for men to see their wives arguing with them. And because we're in the parsha of arguments, we're in the parsha of clashes, that's what it's talking about. Our wives, as they are doing that, they are edging us, molding us into who we were created to be. And it's a little bit of a kenegdo. It's a little bit against us. Each time it hurts a little bit. Each time they're chipping away at us. They're chipping away at our ego. They're chipping away at our selfishness. And that eventually that kind of like blobby thing is becoming strong, a muscular body. That's what happens to us. Emotionally, we become stronger. Psychologically, we become stronger. Spiritually, we become stronger. That kenegdo, that interaction is molding us into who we were created to be. And I read this beautiful quote from a Stoic philosopher named Seneca. And he says, happy is the man who can make others better, not merely when he is in their company, but even when he is in their thoughts. And I think about that with Tehila all the time. I'm alone doing my thing, and it's like a little angel on my shoulder. What would Tehila think of this? What would Tehila do of this? Even when she's not around me physically, she makes me a better person just because I know who she is. And the goal of any love relationship should be to bring out the best within each other, to speak from the highest place within yourself and direct your speech to the highest place in the other, and help grow that person into who Hashem created them to be. And as we both, in husband and wife, grow closer to Hashem, we grow closer to each other. And that is, of course, the ancient Hebrew within the word itself. The word for Hebrew, man and woman, is ish and isha. And then that's comprised of 4 letters in total. Ish, isha, and there's 2 letters that are the same in both of them. And that's the aleph and the shin. The aleph and the shin, which are in both of them, is fire. And the letters that are different is the yud and the hey. And that's Yah, that's God. And so what is it saying? It's like husband and wife, if God is not in the center of that relationship, forget about it. In this modern world, if you don't have God in your life, the fires of Netflix and Hollywood and the media and social media will consume you. Only God can stand as a hedge, as a shield between the sanctity of your marriage and the insanity of the outside world.